Hello there, I am Cheese Llama, and this is a guide to Fat Light Captain's Edition. For those of you that are watching and may not know what Captain's Edition is, it's basically a mod that greatly expands the kind of encounters, weapons, etc. in FTL. It's kind of like a DLC pack kind of thing. Similar to what Advanced Edition was to the base game. Anyways, I'm just gonna, well, I guess not just jump right into it because I want to explain some of the ships first. I'm gonna turn it down to normal when I actually play, right now, so I don't forget later. I might still lose on normal, but you know, no big deal. Because the main part is just explaining how to get through the game, and what kind of new systems and mechanics are in Captain's Edition that aren't in the base game. Though I will be explaining some strategies that would help even in the base game, such as rushing 2 shields early on. Anyways, so first thing you'll notice is the ships are, well, the Kestrel A is a little bit different. And it's not just the Kestrel A. If you change to other ships, you'll notice they are also different from the base game. Now, this is mainly to just include some of the new weapons, give them a bit of the spotlight, you know? It's also goes for the same thing, but with augmentations, and even races, because there is a new race. Is it on? No, it's not. Here it is, right there. There's a new race, by the way, in Captain's Edition. Only one. It's made by basically modifying the Ghost race, which is unused in the base game. They are the AI avatar, as you can see in the top right. It describes how it does not need oxygen, but the max health is halved. It's like, does not need oxygen. It's not the same thing as Atlantis, where it drains oxygen. It's the AI avatar does not drain oxygen. Yeah. So, it's nice. Anyways, there are a bunch of new weapons in the game. I guess I'll mainly just explain them as we see them. You don't see too many enemies with anti-bioweapons, though, I'd say. Just as a general rule of thumb. So, I'm just gonna, well, with the exception of these, you tend to find light lasers on enemies fairly commonly, but you don't find stuff such as anti-bio bomb. You don't find stuff such as the I'm trying to find it. I think one of these has the bow beam. No, wait, sorry, it's Kestrel C. Yeah. Sorry, baton beam. The baton beam is the worst version of the bow beam. But anyways, this is basically kind of self-explanatory. Basically, it can stun units and damage systems. It's very useful if you can take down shields and such, because then you can just, it's really short. You can only hit 3 rooms with the baton beam, but it's got a long stun and a pretty short cooldown, so essentially you can keep an enemy stun locked if you want in one area. And if you get 3 enemies clustered up, say in a shield room or something that are heavily damaged, then you can basically take them out non-lethally. It's a slow but effective weapon. I just figured I'd explain that. There's also the anti-bio focus beam, which pierces all shields, does 60 damage, but it's only on like 1 pixel, so you can only get 1 room. You can damage multiple enemies, of course, if they're in the same pixel, like if one's moving through or something like that, and the others, they're repairing something. So just keep that strategy in mind, because chances are we won't be seeing many anti-bio weapons of those kinds. In fact, we won't be seeing a good amount of the weapons, but most of them are just self-explanatory. I just figured I'd mention that because it's a bit more on the rare side. I also alluded to this earlier. You got like new augments and as well. Not only are there new augments, but there's also, I believe, yeah, trading as well. I guess I'll get into that a little bit more, but you can also trade materials for scrap. It's a pretty cool new mechanic. I'll show how it's actually done in the game. But basically, you can buy something for at a store, and then when you arrive at a new store, you can sell it for like about double the price normally. There are certain exceptions, and certain stores or even events will want these kind of things and they are willing to pay a much higher price. For example, pirates, if you can, like, in a pirate system, like a pirate base or pirate controlled system, luxury goods are sold at a very high price, well over 100 scrap. It's pretty nice. Anywho, just another thing I want to note before actually starting. Well, actually, one thing that just hit my mind right now, because I passed over the Federation cruiser, but artillery beams. There is a unique artillery beam for every ship. Well, not every ship, but a lot of them are shared. The Kestrel basically gets one that's like the triple burst laser on the flagship. NG has one that's NGA and C have one that is essentially a pulsar effect on an enemy, which is pretty nice. B has, as well as one of the Zoltan C, I think Zoltan C has one that's like it's a laser, but it can't pierce shields. It only deals 1 damage, but it's a really short cooldown compared to all the other ones. So you can be firing it not quite constantly, but very quickly. So it's nice if you can like take down all their shields or something like that. And what else? Of course, base game, standard artillery, still the only one with that. Oops, did not mean to. Flak here. Also, the Valerians get flak, as well. You get what is essentially a maul beam. You'll see what those are. There are these new beams, such as this here auto beam. What they do is they only hit like one room. It's a beam that only hits one room. It's annoying because you kind of have to click it twice on the same pixel that you choose to, like, same tile you choose to shoot at. Which I think's kind of unnecessary, but like, it's the way it was implemented in the game and all that. Yeah. But basically, they get what the Zoltan A and B get is a beam that will shoot that deals 5 damage, only hits like 1 tile. Obviously, if it hits like a full shield target, it'll only deal 1 damage, but you time it right, get the shields down for that, and you're able to deal 5 damage. Pretty nice. I think it has a pretty good chance at breaching the hull as well. Mantis. I'm trying to remember exactly what the artillery beam does. It's like a it can stun and damage crew. It's alright for a boarding crew. It's a bit annoying though, because you might hit your own boarding crew when doing it. Slug. A really funny one actually. It can basically stun a lot of the crew, similar to a neural stunner. Actually, we might not see. I'll explain what a neural stunner is. It's basically a weaponized version instead of the artillery version. But what they both do is they will stun some of the crew. This one will stun a lot of the crew. It has like 30. It's like a huge flat gun that can hit 30 times, and there's a chance that some crew might not get stunned, but most of them will be. And you can essentially just stun them forever with a fully upgraded artillery. It's really fun. I wouldn't say it's the most effective, but it's really fun. Rock gets a missile. I feel like Roxy. I'm trying to remember. I think Roxy actually has what the Crystal A has, which is 3 crystal shots. I think they each deal 2 damage. No, actually no. Maybe it's only 1, and then it locks down. It's been a while. I don't get the artillery beam too often. They're really fun, but I think they're not quite the most effective way to play, but they are really fun. You get a stealth missile for the stealth ships. Basically, it just fires. It doesn't break concealment. I mean, artillery doesn't, but what it can do, it ignores level 1. It's a missile that self-replicating, so it doesn't actually use up your missile charges. Same with the rock ship, and it can actually ignore level 1 defense drones. Level 2 defense drones still shoot stealth missiles down, though. Keep that in mind for when enemies use stealth missiles against you. I'll show you what they look like. There's one on, yeah, here. This one. They look, stuff that looks like this, basically. That's a stealth missile. Yeah, Lanny's already mentioned that was flak. Yeah, and I'll explain what this is. Right. Crystal Beam gets, something that mainly just damages crew, basically. Across the ship. It doesn't deal too much damage, but has really high chances of breaching the ship. Yeah. Anywho, one other thing I want to mention is some of the the race-related stuff. Well, shouldn't say that because it doesn't apply to NGs, really, I guess. But for the Zoltan, Mantis, Slug, and Rock ships, they all have special abilities. Keep in mind that they're tied into their main augment, with the Zoltan being Zoltan Shield, Mantis Pheromones for Mantis, Slug Repair Gel for Slug, and Rock Plating for Rocks. Basically, what the Zoltan one is, you get better deals from surrenders, so you'll see yourself accepting surrenders more often because they are even sometimes better than just killing the enemy. It's pretty nice and kind of lore friendly because, you know, it makes sense that Zoltan would want to have enemies surrender more often. It's a nice touch. Mantis, basically what you can do, there's a new system, piracy. What you can do with piracy is attack civilian ships that you might not be able to attack in the base game. First of all, you're allowed to use piracy with this. Additionally, slaves. When you accept a slave from a slave ship or something like that, and force them, you have to. They aren't guaranteed to want to join. They might not want to join your crew. Normally, they don't want to join your crew. Sometimes they do, which is nice. But normally they don't. If you accept a slave into your crew and they do not, then, well, want to be a part of it, then there's a chance your crew might rebel against that, might not like it. Some crew members might go hostile or leave or suicide bomb. I remember that happened to me once. Anywho, what the Mantis can do, there is no penalty for accepting slaves on your ship. There's no risk at all. Your crew expected it since you're in a Mantis ship. Slugs can also engage in piracy, and additionally they can betray truces. What a truce is basically, if you accept a surrender, an enemy surrender, then you can open fire. I don't think that applies to bribes, so I think that strictly applies to surrenders. And then you can accept their surrenders, but then open fire. All their ships, that has a risk of crew members really not liking it and wanting to abandon your crew, or abandon your ship, you know, leave you and all that. But you can betray that enemies surrenders and such with these. So it's a really fun mechanic, and I'd say it's really effective too. It's a good way to get more scrap, although admittedly with this slug ships you'll be getting more scrap than normal anyways because of you know, stuff like the anti-bio weapons on it, like the light lasers and the anti-bio bomb here, for example. I don't think, yeah, this is just boarding. This really only has mind control though. Yes. So it's a really fun mechanic. You tend to get a lot of scraps. I think that the Slug A is probably the best ship in Captain's Edition. That's what I would argue anyways. Then there is Rocks. Rocks can only pirate, basically. They don't have anything additional than that, other than a few very rare cases where I think rock plating can do stuff like if a ship tries to ram you, then it like deals less damage. That is really rare for a ship to ram you. I think that only applies like only enemy rock ships can do that at all, and they very rarely do it from my experience. And besides, you can dodge it anyways. The chance that they could miss. I just figured I'd just mention that. Yeah. One last thing I probably should have mentioned earlier, regarding mods. So, I basically normally I play with Rantrel and Random Flagship, which basically means random player ships, random final boss, which is pretty fun. Randomly generated, that is. And not random as in like you get a random shit, like there's already a random button right here, just boom. Guess you'll see. Anywho, so just want to say that Captain's Edition works well with them, and it's really fun to have those as well. Yeah, and also regarding mods, I don't really have any mods that affect gameplay right now installed other than Captain's Edition. I do have one mod for Captain's Edition I do like. Basically, sectors have lore-friendly names by default in Captain's Edition. I changed it back to basically the base game where it tells you what the sector is, because some sectors have overlapping names. It's kind of annoying. Tends not to be too common, but it can be a pain. So that's why I go with the generic sector names mod. I think there was something else important that I wanted to mention. But other than that, everything else is cosmetic mods. Right. Oh yeah, a mod that I don't have installed, but I forgot to mention, if you don't like these kind of ships and want to go back to the base game vanilla ships, there's a mod for that too. Anywho, let's get started. I'm gonna be playing Slug A, which is my favorite ship. Who knows, we might fail, but, you know, that's all part of the game. Also, here's an interesting thing regarding a tip. Minefields. Basically, there will be certain new, you know how you get stuff like ion storms, asteroid fields, hazards like that. Well, there are a few new ones. Minefields is one of them. Basically, occasionally you'll have a mine coming at you. A mine is a new type of weapon. They're interesting. You can they are much slower than a missile, and they tend not to deal damage to, like, they don't deal damage to systems, but they do a good amount of hull damage, so that's cool. They also have unique encounters, like at the beginning of sector. I think you can lay out mines to delay the rebel fleet, cost some missiles, of course. Yeah, actually not just beginning of sector, basically any open sector. There's more stuff you can do in empty sectors now, like they're not completely useless. You can do stuff like socialize with your crew, make new augments that might be available to your ship. I'll actually show that. We will definitely run into that at some point. You'll also have a few new hazards. Let's see, the ice fields. Basically, you can cloak in those. Those dust clouds, they reduce your engine power by quite a bit. The industrial waste thing. I think it's called industrial waste. That could be wrong, but basically deals damage to your hull. If you jump away immediately, you don't take any more damage. You take another bit of damage if you decide to remain and do whatever there, whether it be fighting or, well, or basically it's collecting scrap, doing whatever. You don't tend to run into those too often. Nanobot swarms, you only find them in AI sectors. Typically, you should avoid AI sectors unless you are up for a challenge. They are honestly probably the hardest sector in the game. Sector type in Captain's Edition. I think I might be missing. Oh yeah, there is a black hole hazard as well. Pretty rare. Basically, uses up more fuel, and rebels have increased fleet pursuit. Anyways, so this is what I'm talking about. Basically, you can socialize with your crew or consider some upgrades. Or you can just continue, but you know, you shouldn't do that because like then you're just wasting time. First of all, we can see what there is. Yeah. So say for example, we started with a good amount, so you can for example, since we have one combat augment on the ship, I'll actually show that off in a bit. I just realized I didn't really go through what all my weapons can do. I probably should. But ammo consuming weapon, if you have a missile launcher or anything like that that uses ammo, you can produce this, and basically at open sectors like this you can then produce I think I want to say 15 scraps for 6 missiles. It's a good deal. It's something like that. It might be more than just 15 scrap. Actually, that might be drones I'm thinking of. There's a similar thing for drones as well if you have a drone system. Yeah, combat augments. There are new combat augments. You can activate them in the beginning of a battle. I will show that off whenever we are going into battle. There's a chance they can fail. So that makes things interesting, because you can't solely rely on that in a sense. If you need to destroy enemies that ways and such. Because we're a slug ship, we can construct an exotic slug scanner. Basically, well, subspace scanner. Excuse me. Basically, I'm trying to remember what it does. I think you can basically still use your scanners in nebulas is what it does. And even when your system's knocked out, I think it still, like, works and such. Anyways, because we can't do any of this, and normally I don't actually do any of these because they tend to take more scrap than they're actually worth. Only exception is stuff like ammo, consuming weapons, or drone systems and such, because like if you are using them a lot. If you're not, then I don't, and I don't plan to use it too often. Anyways, I'm just gonna socialize with my crew while the FTL charges. There's not much. There's only slugs. I think slugs are one of the least likely ones to have something useful, as they're saying. But each race has their own unique things. I don't think I even discovered them all. But they have some unique things. Zoltans, for example, you have a chance of producing some fuel. You have a chance of basically going on this quest, and the reward for that quest is one of your crew members goes away, but you get 2 new Zoltan crew members. Humans, stuff like you can get stuff like sector maps, stuff like new crew members. There's a quest to get revenge on some slavers, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not actually gonna go through them all. Maybe if like I have more crew, I will go through them all. Anyways, I'm just gonna talk to them. So advise you put more in country more and great advanced values. Yeah, that's not too useful. Oftentimes you just don't get anything useful for those. Not gonna go for a store immediately, cause a couple of reasons. New mechanic with the store. Sometimes when you go to a store, fleet pursuit is doubled. There is an augment to counter that called a cargo teleporter. and that makes it so that never happens. Also, that doesn't happen in pirate sectors, which is interesting enough. They come with cargo teleporters on their store, at least from my understanding. Problem with pirate sectors is you might have to fight at a store. Like, oftentimes you'll have borders. Occasionally you'll even fight a ship, which is actually a good thing, because then you're getting more scrap. And you go to the store first, so like you like, if you're low on health, no big deal, just top up on health first. Maybe not top up, I'd say go 25 is a good place to stop, because then you're not spending all your scrap. And sometimes you'll encounter events which repair your ship. Not sure where I want to go to for the first jump. Nah, I'm gonna go out here. That's what I'm thinking. Because typically, this is really a vanilla tip, but typically you want to try to see every option for every jump there is throughout the sector. So I'm thinking a route something like... I mean, maybe I should go like that. And then like that is maybe what I should do. That's kind of isolated, we don't want to go there. Just inconvenient to go to. I think we're actually going to be diving this sector just so I can show off some of the new things that rebels might send after you. Let's see, fleet pursuit is only 4 up to here. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to go this long way actually. Yeah. So, let's see. We will not surrender our crew to slavers. Now, anyways, I forgot to mention what my weapons did before doing this. Silly me. Anyways, targeting jammers has a chance to disable weapons. Pretty good really early on, because if this succeeds, then there's like an 80% chance of this succeeding. By the way, there's nothing that happens if you fail, but there's an 80% chance of me disabling one of their weapons right now. I think it's 80% anyways. And that would be really convenient because that essentially means I can take any hit from them because their weapons look like a heavy scatter and a phase ion. Just gonna check first. And some of it's gonna power down. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna describe what these both do. Both of these, actually I should start with my own. Light laser can pierce light laser Mark II I should specify. What light lasers can do, they can pierce some level of shields, but they only damage crew. Can be great for taking out crews but not the ship, which results in a higher scrap reward. Anyways, something important to note since... Well, okay, never mind. I'll continue explaining weapons first before going into there. Because honestly, we might only need the light laser for this, is what I'm thinking. Anti-bio bomb, kind of explanatory. It's just a bomb, but it only damages crew. 60 damage, pretty decent. Dual laser. What this is, basically, it's 8-second cooldown, 2 shots per charge. It's actually pretty high DPS, all that. Problem is it only fires 2 shots, which is why it has like short cooldown and all that. Pretty good early game weapon. Anyways, so now what the enemy has is a scatter laser. Oh, sorry, heavy scatter laser. What they do is they deal more damage. They deal reduced system damage. So basically, what this here would do to me, it would do 2 damage to the ship, only 1 damage to a system. So if it hits me here in the weapons, I could use both light lasers still, but even though I lose 2 hull points. Anyways, and what this phase iron is, it can hit things. It's an iron weapon that can hit things beneath the shield. It will basically hit the first level of a shield, then hit something beneath it. Anyways, so we've essentially reached a point where we can't take damage from this guy, which is amazing. So what I'm thinking of doing, should have thought about this first. Do I want him on engines or weapons? I think I would prefer them on weapons, actually. Slightly lower cooldown. We'll get someone else on engines later when we find more people, hopefully. I'm thinking of only going through the first couple of sectors, honestly. Maybe doing a part 2 where I actually complete this thing. But yeah, only first couple of sectors. Anyways, since we have reached a point where we basically are not taking damage, I'm just gonna not worry about killing them as quickly as possible. I'm just gonna power up some light lasers. Don't even need the bio bomb, and we're just gonna start. Which one do I want to go for first? It really doesn't matter, is the thing for this one. So we might have to wait a little bit for this to play out. But I might even put it on autofile while I talk about stuff. Also, light lasers, something I can do. I'm surprised that there was no breach here. When you're firing 6 shots, I'm always surprised when there's no breach, even though it's low chance each time. You have a lot of shots out of these. So what these do? Yeah, you heard the breach right there. So these also have a low chance of breaching. If this recharges in time, I'm pausing now. If this recharges in time, we might be able to damage them both, which would be really efficient. We aren't in time though. I figure not, because they have that NG. In fact, I highly doubt we ever could, unless if, say, actually, I got a better idea. We should kill the NG first, because that way, while they're repairing the breached systems, the rocks are repairing the breached systems. They are actually taking damage because they might not be able to fully repair it in time. So we should actually have aimed for the NG first. Doesn't really matter because they can't do damage to us, which is why I didn't really think it through too much. A bit overkill there. I only need to fire one at him to kill him. I just been keeping track of his health. Each shot does 15 per shot, so he can deal up to 60 damage, but you'll probably have 1 or 2 miss each time. Anyways, you scan a ship and detect no life signs. It appears the slaves died in the fight. Normally that doesn't happen. Normally if you kill the slaver crew, you get to keep a slave. And normally there's like one that actually is willing to join if you take multiple. If you actually are able to kill the entire crew. If you just accept one from the surrender, though, you are probably not gonna get one. Yeah, but this is a good amount of scrap reward. Basically, what I like doing, same thing I like to do, well, used to like to do in vanilla. I have not played without Kemp's Edition for over 200 hours now. It's been a long time, but what I like to do, go for level 2 shields as quickly as possible. Just rush it, and then there will be some fights early on where you basically can't possibly take damage. It's really nice. It's the best way to start out your game. Just rush level 2 shields. So, I'm gonna jump to the next point. Targeting jammer. Oh yeah, we definitely use targeting jammer here. They have a missile launcher. And oh gosh. If only we had dual what I'm thinking of doing, probably level 2. Oh, actually no, we'll keep the oxygen on for now. When he fires, we're depowering and powering up the engines. Yeah, now he's switching over to that. When we took some damage, shouldn't be a huge deal. That looks like a Lido missile launcher. We should be able to hit him before he fires that off. Nice. Okay. So I'm thinking now that we've damaged them enough for them to not be killing us is powering off our engines completely, then using our light laser on that room as well. By the way, I can't believe I didn't even mention this. This is a space station. This is new to Captain's Edition. What they are, they have a lot more health than normal, but they have no mobility. They can't dodge. Even the ones where you see piloting and engines, that's just there for ones that can self-destruct. and the self-destruct sequence is linked to the FTL charge. That's how it was kind of coded in. Darn, they're gonna get shot onto us. I'm thinking we don't need the shield for this. We'll just put it both in engines, still hit us. Yeah, I'll use my weapon screw member to get that. Well, it's not an immediate emergency. Best to do it early on. Nice. I'm just gonna auto fire this, honestly. Actually, at this point, gonna take off the auto fire on the dual laser so that I can get it as soon as it repairs. Nice. It's gonna be hard to kill them non-lethally like this. Especially, I know they've got repair drones because I saw something enter and exit without being shown by the slugs. I think we're gonna have to probably kill it, like just destroy the ship. Because right now we're not in a good spot in order to kill them all otherwise. Actually, they got fire, so I can take this here risk right now. Got a fire on the weapons room again. Good, we killed some. We might be able to get them without using our weaponry. No, I should keep this just in case, as a safety measure, of course. Yeah, I'm getting fire now. Now, to demonstrate that thing from earlier, I can accept a surrender. And then I can overfire my defeated opponent, no problem since I'm a slug. It gets away from me. Sometimes that can happen. That's unfortunate. Anywho. Actually, I need this. Yeah. Gonna do that for the next beacon. So, this time's pretty good if there's a civilian ship engaged with a pirate or rebel. Basically, you might get a second reward from the civilian if they stick around. It's always take these, I'd say, unless if you're like actually in a really bad situation. Targeting jammer, please get their missile launcher. Okay. Also, great news. Slugs can't be mind control. Damn, mind control. Can't affect our crew at all because we're all slugs. Okay. Anyways, gonna switch over to. Gonna have to do that. Switch over to dual laser. Are non-various weapons working? Wow, that's amazing. Rarely ever do you get both. Anyways, I'm just gonna fire here. Doesn't really matter where I hit. Actually, this is better. We don't need to hit there or there. Let's go for the engines in case they try to FTL. I didn't think that through. For some reason, I was thinking of something like iron storming it, like and all that, where it can depower weapons, but then you power up if you go for the shield or something like that, you know. Anyways, the civilian ship went away. And we were just shy of that 50 scrap we need to get level 2 shields. So, gonna go here. Okay, so this is one of the pirate black markets. Yeah. Do we want crew? I don't think so. Actually, I don't think I want any of these. Should we engage? I see. The only weapon I see is this here dual laser, which can. I think I'll be fine. Oh, great! They have got no teleporter. I suspect them to have a teleporter or something like that. Alright. So, I can't use targeting jammer. Also, something to note. That actually might make sense. Maybe this has a, what's it called? I remember what it's called in the base game. It's the, automated reloader. But basically the version of it that, in Captain's Edition, what I can also do is it can prevent your weapons from being jammed. This guy might have one, is what I'm thinking. Or maybe our weapons just fail. Our jamming augment just failed. By the way, our augment, keep in mind, uses up some power, so just something to note. Ah, that's it. A bomb. I was suspecting that, but wasn't sure. I was expecting maybe just a corner of a peek. Yeah, I couldn't see anything though, so we will probably have to go get that. We can power up all the way though. That's a good thing about this. So we're gonna try to take out the weapons so it doesn't damage us right now. Okay. So, I don't know what their bomb is, but we better make sure they don't get to use. Oh, it's a firebomb. Where's it? Oh, shit. We're gonna have to defend that ASAP. Is what I'm thinking. Should I? Maybe I can put him in there actually, fight the fire while waiting for the oxygen to flow out of the ship. Then I'm gonna put him in the medical room. Oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, shit. Depowered this. How unfortunate. We need to go over to that. Let's try that. Maybe we can get the fire out before it damages that, which would be nice. And we'll just repair the weapon systems. As long as this keeps happening, we don't have to worry about the shields. As long as we keep taking out their dual laser of theirs. Oh gosh, another one. Gonna vent that out. I'm actually just saving this for when they repair this. Yep, you can't miss, so there's no, so you know, might as well. I'm actually saving this for when the second person comes in a room to damage them both. It's more efficient that way. That's not a good spot. Eh? Actually, there's only one though. You know, I'll just send him in to fight it. I'm thinking just like keeping him here. Maybe this bomb will miss. It hasn't missed once, but you know, what do you expect with such a low PV8 at this point? You never know though. It could happen. Better heal him. Oh shit! Why is he not coming for the bomb? Oh, that's right. Oh, the bomb. They're out of missiles. They can run out of missiles. Of course. Of course, that's what happened. Open this so that people get in there sooner. Well, at least he didn't damage our shields any more than it already was. Oh, nice. He got a fire in there. Set their fire. I'm firing defeat. Slug ship. Here's what I was talking about. I can open fire on him. No penalty. Awesome. Yep. Anyways, there was a fire in there. That's why they left. So I'm thinking these guys are pretty low, probably, if they're not going in there to fight the fire. So we took a bit more damage than we probably should have. See, there's probably fire in there. Why else would he leave that room? We don't have any sensors to confirm it yet, though. Now I'll heal at the end of combat. We either, yeah. Oh, he's leaving. Almost fired on that room. So, yeah, he's dead. Probably just kill this guy with the dual laser. Each shot from a standard weapon, well, each damage from a standard weapon deals 15 damage to an enemy. Anyways, we got a lot of scrap out of that. That's nice. Yeah. So we can now upgrade this. We can even upgrade some power, so we can do all this. Which is nice. We're gonna go jump here. I've gotta go heal him up. Anyways, they're an easy target. Seize their cargo. This is what I'm talking about with piracy. With this guy, kind of encounter in particular, particular though, you can exchange any goods you might have for some scrap, which actually might even be more profitable, depending on the situation. But anyways, easy target, seize our cargo. You're allowed to since you're a slug. Oh. That's the weapon I think is. Let's hope that works. Okay, never mind. It's just standard burst laser. They tend not to be very powerful. No, they're gonna be synced. We're gonna be taking damage. Unless we damage their weapons first. Hopefully we cause a fire. That will cause them both to come in. To there. And I'm thinking we just fire elsewhere. Oh, double miss? Well, double miss is the same as a normal miss, honestly. In this situation. You know what? I'm just gonna do a bio bomb. Ooh, we definitely got a fire there. Both going there. I was thinking of using a bio bomb. I don't think I need to now. Hopefully the fire still remains by the time it's over. No, but they're both repairing. Please, don't be quick. Nice. Got a double hit. Ooh, we killed them. Fire did more damage than I expected it to. Anyways. But slug ship, so it doesn't matter. Aw, normally you get a trade good. Well, they normally surrender it, actually. And we killed them before we even reached the surrender threshold, somewhere around here. Oh no, we got it. Okay, never mind. It just came second. Just gonna heal him up. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to set it to this room. Now the stations are saved. Right. It's a pretty good start. What should I do? Should I go back here? Nah, I'm thinking going here. Yeah. Let's go here next just to check out what... I can even go there. Now, I'll go here in case if either of these two are interesting. The store at this point would be good because I can then sell the trading goods I just got. Okay. Oh! He can't damage us. At least if I'm not mistaken what these weapons are, and I believe they are correct. Heavy laser and heavy scatter. They can't damage us. Oh, unless the hacking drone goes for our shields. Let's hope it doesn't go for anything useful. Okay, piloting. We're good. Might as well put this somewhere else, like this guy on shields or something, if piloting's not going to be very useful. Should I aim for first? I'm thinking shield room. Because you can get up to 4 breaches in there if you're extremely lucky, you know? Very unlikely, of course, but you know, I figure that might make repairing longer, which means that people spend more time there, which might require 2 people to get in there. If they're repairing in there where there's no oxygen, we kill them quicker. Yeah, see that guy has to leave? He's going piloting. We only need one to kill him. We know that since he had to leave the deoxygenated room. So we're just gonna put one on him and then one on the other guy. That way we get more damage in. Yeah, we're just putting this guy's shields up. We don't really, might as well, Advanced navigation AI. Okay. So first of all, let's see. Ooh, quest marker. Run. Nearby Federation base. Normally it's on the attack from a cruiser. I'll show you what a cruiser is. Maybe I don't have to dive to show you what an enemy cruiser is. Basically, they're new rebel ships. They're cool. Oh. Yeah, I don't have enough space for it though. I'll just tell you the new thing of advanced navigation AI. In the base game, you can also use this to jump around to stations you've already or beacons you've already been to. What it can do in this mod is really well, it's a bit more useful because basically you need extra fuel in order to go from sector to sector. You can use only one fuel, but if you use only one fuel, the rebels will get 2 jumps that are doubled. Basically, use more fuel to get there quicker, and it depends on your engines. You should always end Sector 1 with at least 2 engines, because if you only have one, you can only use the basic emergency power from sector to sector, and you lose precious time. The rebels will get 2 doubled jumps. You'll see what I'm talking about later. Basically what this does is it reduces the amount of fuel you need by 1. Yeah, at least as far as I know, that's all it can do on that thing. With I think 6+ engines, you can actually use a lot of fuel and take some damage by overheating your engines, basically, to get there even quicker. Get 2 rounds or even 3 with max engines delayed rebel pursuit. I'm wondering if this actually can reduce damage. I actually do not know. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna keep this just because it will. I basically kind of want to keep the slot open to continue demonstrating piracy and all that kind of stuff. It's just fun to do anyways. But anyway, yeah, you'll notice every time you try piracy, they'll have an FTL. They'll try jumping away, their FTL would charge up. They try not to fight you. Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry, gotta leave this behind. We started it out with 2. Yeah, I'll be keeping that, and you definitely want to keep this. I mentioned this earlier, your race thing that comes with slug ships as well as Zoltan, Mantis, and rock ships, never get rid of them, because they enable these nice perks. Now here's a real question. Do I want to have another power? I'm thinking yes. Because he was, yeah. I'm gonna go with yes. So, power up. Just a bit of extra dodge. Might as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. Oh. I'm not gonna show you that quest just because it's annoying. I would have to jump back here. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm thinking going like something like that. Shame. Typically, you can get a crew out of that from that quest. That quest, basically, you'll see the thing. You'll see the cruiser there. You have to fight the cruiser. If you beat it, you get a crew member. Basically, the Federation bases ran over. Anyways, let's run. Let's see if anyone sells to you. only found this guy. Yeah, might as well do this. Game roads active. But of course they're using their mines. This is all we need to be effective, basically. Maybe we can take out. Maybe we'll make him switch to the other weapon. That's nice. Yes, that is exactly what I need. I guess I'll go for the shields next, just to maximize damage. And then after that, aim for this. Maybe this would actually be better. It's always hard to tell in the early level ones, because sometimes they only have one engine, and they always have two. Almost always have two of these. Two in piloting. Yeah. Went off without a hitch. Yep. Store. Probably want to hit that before leaving. I'm thinking doing like that, just to see what's over here. 3, 4, 5. That could work. Alright. Okay, so this one, we can take him somewhere on a quest, but we already have trading goods. That's the issue here. Maybe it's not worth pirating for once. Fine, I'll do it. Oh, next sector. Nice. Yep. You might not see that in the quest. I'm thinking of just ending it. I described a lot of the important stuff, and I'm demonstrating a lot of the important stuff. There's some minor stuff. Some quests you might not understand, but just in general, just follow the advice given to you. I'd say if you see the curator quest, I'd say typically it's not worth doing. Rewards are good, but it just takes long to do. There's a chance it could all be ruined just from some bad jumps close to the end of a sector regarding where a quest may lead. Investigate. Attempt to communicate. Nice. Ooh, we might get the NG. Yes, we got the NG. Nice. Where do we want him? Probably engines. That's what I'm thinking. Shields might be good though. We'll keep on engines at least for now. Well, let's just save up our scrap for our next store stop or something like that. I'm thinking maybe we demonstrate a dive. Just so we can see a cruiser. Because cruisers are very likely to be spotted in a dive. In case you don't understand, my vocabulary means basically going up here once the rebel fleet has reached around here-ish. Past the exit. Yeah. That's the plan. Distress signal. G-Spy Pirate, good. Double rewards. We honestly probably don't even have to jam, because I can see they got a light laser. And that looks like a scythe beam to me. We should be good. I'm actually thinking of not doing this. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, that's all they have. Scythe beam and light laser. Now, what a scythe beam is, it's basically a pike beam, but it's really slow. I think it's actually longer than a pike beam. It's a very long beam, and it's like really slow. Can work well with iron weapons. Not the best thing, honestly. We will have to be aiming for this. It is technically possible to kill these guys before they reach there, though. It's just a bit hard to time it right, because you have to get your bio bomb, and you have to hit I think 5 out of 6. No, sorry. No, you only have to hit 3 of these, honestly. Yeah, never mind. Wasn't even close. In order to kill these guys on top of the bio bomb, because all of them have 100 health in there. But I think I'm not going to do that just because it's very hard to time. I think what instead I'm going to do is who am I going for? Engie first. So it's good because now that's level 2 medbay, but at least there's a fire. That's really nice. They'll probably put it out soon though. But that's good. What we're doing is good. Just gonna keep this up for when they repair it, which will be really quick because they got energy plus a couple others repairing. Any second now. Boom. So, oh my gosh, so quick. Holy crap. By the way, when they use a light laser or also cluster bombs, you haven't seen those yet. They're basically teleporting bombs that fire 3 bombs. For you, it'll all be in 1 room. For them, for some reason, it's in multiple rooms. Something weird. Just to note. I don't know how much health they have. Fuck it. What I'm gonna do is try the bio bomb now. Ah, no, they're leaving. Oh, that's a shame. Plan B then. See if I can time it right on the NG. Nice, got him. So now I don't need this anymore. I can just probably use the dual laser with the NG gone. Should have used the bio bomb sooner in that engagement when they were all in there. But they were. Oof. Is that level 3 bay? That was only 2. Wonder why. Well, if we want to get them without killing them, we're gonna have to use the bio bomb. Nice, we hit him too. That's cool. Oh, our energy's getting low. Same with this here guy. Because they're in a bigger room, of course, so he'll have a better chance at hitting them. Should we heal up? I don't think it's necessary just yet. That might backfire for all I know. We got him. Oh, they repaired our ship. That's nice for them. Nice of them. That's why I'm not a big fan of being fully healed from a store. Because you sometimes get those, so if you need to heal in a store, go up to, I'd say 25 is a good standard. Oh, I forgot to set the engines as his fault. Looks like I can do that, then dive. Actually, in hindsight, I could have went there, then there, then there, then there, probably. Depends on store. We could have a doubled thing. Actually, don't you have connections to? No, that's only for pirate sectors. Oh, can I not sell it? Oh, because it's a civilian sector. You can't sell certain things in certain sectors. Typically, the same sector you get them in, from my experience. Hacking. Oh, not enough. Even if I sell that now. But hacking's good. I always get hacking. Almost always get hacking and cloaking whenever I can, basically. It's a really good for taking out the flagship. They're basically the meta augments. Get hacking and cloaking. After that, either get mind control or drone control. They're both really good. Mine layer 2. Can't afford it though. without selling too much. Guess I'm not gonna buy anything. Anyways, I'm gonna dive now just to show you what a cruiser looks like. Because sometimes what happens, you'll fight a rebel cruiser instead of any other. Oh, I don't need to. Look at this. Heavy laser and a basic laser. Don't need to even use that right now. They're trying FTL though. Back to a med bay. Good thing no one was in there. Just gonna depower that. Hopefully we don't need to use a bio bomb, but we might need to at some point. I have a lot of bombs, so maybe I should. I'll take the risk. Those hit. You know what? I'll just do this probably. Put one in there just to guarantee these hit. Nice. Gonna get a double. Oh, I missed. Let's hope this. Nope. Should have used that sooner. Damn. This could work. No, we missed one. We can't kill him. That's my bad. Should have been more liberal in my use of anti-bio bombs. That's all on me. That's all my fault. I had the bombs. Bit too cocky. Anyways, here's a rebel cruiser. Ooh. That's a flak missile launcher. Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like. Missile launcher, flak gun. Pretty annoying. Tends not to deal a lot of damage, but it can damage multiple systems, you know. Anywho, basically, good thing about these. Diving's more convenient because while you are fighting these, you are also not dealing with a PDS. You know, might as well go for this. Yeah. Alright, I went for that instead of the actual useful thing that I want them gone, that I want gone. You know what I mean. Oh, that's gonna be hard to kill them too. I'm not gonna try to kill them, I'm just gonna try to run. Might as well just get some of the weapon stats up for this guy by firing. Something farther away. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be close. Nice. So we're going to the next sectors. Oh wait, there are new sectors. Happily enough, they are both new ones. So I can talk about new sectors that were added in FTL Captain's Edition. So basically, first of all, I'll talk about these two. Quarantine sector. There is a plague going on. If you go into them, you delay the rebel fleet by 2 jumps when you go into them, which is nice. There's also a big downside. You will probably lose a crew in there. There's a lot of random events where you can just lose a crew member. There's also a lot of boarding parties. Keep that in mind. In here, you'll have to do a lot of fighting with your crew. Our crew isn't the best of it, but it could be worse, I guess. Also, good thing about it, though, is you tend to gain crew as well, at about the same rate you lose them, I'd say. A lot of people want to flee from the plague, you know. Industrial sector, a lot of stuff like dust clouds, industrial smog, all that kind of stuff. You will take a good amount of damage in here, guaranteed. Wouldn't recommend that unless you really don't want to go in here. I really don't want to go into a quarantine sector. These are actually both pretty bad choices. I'll just talk about other sectors while pondering it over. There's also the civilian core world. They're basically a civilian sector. I always feel like there tends to be more quests in there. That might just be anecdotal evidence, though. Yeah. I think there's sometimes 3 stores in a civilian core world. I think there's 2 sometimes as well. It goes 2 to 3. Similar to how Zoltan Home. No, sorry, not Zoltan. NG's sectors can have 3 stores, which is like standardly, like guaranteed 3 stores. Yeah, there's also another hazard sector. Hazard sector is a hazard sector. Yeah, the hazard sector, basically there's a lot of natural anomalies, can be annoying, a lot of iron storms, asteroid fields. They can actually be pretty fun but like there's a lot of annoying sectors as well. I'd say go into one if you have a long-range scanner and or a mapping computer or something like that, and just stick to the asteroid fields, because those tend to be not so bad. If you do have to go into one, that is. Let's see what else. There is Pirate Base. It's basically a pirate-controlled sector. But you get... There are also like new quests and such, and that there's one quest that can only happen in Pirate Base sector, where basically you're hired by one pirate lord to kill another. Yeah, there's also the auto-controlled sectors. Basically, it's pretty much all AI scouts throughout that sector. Would be terrible with this ship since we have a lot of crew damage weapons, and they are run on AI systems. Yeah, there's speaking of AI, how about the AI controlled sector? Controlled by AI avatars, rogue AI avatars. They're really hard sectors. Prepare, like I say, go there if you want a challenge. Yeah, they are probably the hardest sector in the entire game. Multiple reasons for that. One is the nanobot swarms. They basically reduce system power by 1 for all your systems. You can't, like, and it's terrible, especially if you only have like 1 level of oxygen. Like you have to kill them before you suffocate. Yeah, it's an annoying sector. Yes. There's one I'm missing, I think, that was added. Yeah, Federation sector. Federation sector. It's funny, the name. Want you to expect it to be green. No, it's hostile sector, because there are a lot of rebel ships invading the Federation sector. Anyways, tough choice here. Because we can use anti-bio bombs on ourselves, so we got level 2 doors. Maybe boarding parties won't be a big deal. I'm going to quarantine sector. Anyways, the last thing I want to show off, I think this is where I'm going to end this tutorial. Yeah, here. Basically, when you go to the next sector, you can go with this, but the Rebel fleet will get 2 jumps at doubled speed to catch up to you. Or you can go with standard engines. You need at least 2 engines to have this. You use 2 extra fuel in order to get there the same way you do in the base game. If you get 4 engines, That's also really nice. Typically I'd go with the second or third option for this. We don't have the third option because we don't have level 4 engines yet. But if we did, we could jump to like we can use 3 fuel instead of just 2, and we delay the rebel fleet by 1 jump, which is nice. And we're gonna use the standard engines choice here. By the way, if you hear this new music in the background, that's from the mod that adds new music for Captain's Edition. Yeah. Anyways, I guess that'll be it. I hope this really helped you out. I will probably continue this series just by like show you the entire run through. Not gonna explain the basics much more after that, other than like if we run into new stuff. Yeah. Anyways, that should be all. Yeah. Thank you very much, and goodbye.